Palantir did it again. The company just reported the first quarter 2025 financial numbers, and they were amazing. However, Alex Karp had to contain his enthusiasm.
Palantir is on fire. There's been a lot of discussions basically how we should talk about these numbers and people admonishing me to be a little more modest.
He said, we are in the middle of a tectonic shift in the adoption of our software, particularly in the US, where our revenue soared 55% year over year, while our US commercial revenue expanded 71% year over year in the first quarter to surpass a $1 billion annual run rate. We are delivering the operating system for the modern enterprise in the era of AI. Consequently, we are raising our full year guidance for total revenue growth to 36% and our guidance for US commercial revenue growth to 68%. Even though the numbers were amazing, the stock price was down after hours, and it's not too surprising considering that the stock is up 60% in 1 month and the PE ratio of 656. In this video, let's go over the most important highlights. Let's look at the outlook with Q2 2025 guidance, full year 2025 guidance, and also I'm going to play the most important clips from the conference call. My name is Mariusz Konieczny, and I've been investing in the stock market full-time for 16 years. I'm also the founder of microcapexplosions.com, which is a private membership website for small and microcap stocks. We find unknown stocks before they become popular.
Our first quarter of the year showcased incredible strength and remarkable momentum. Our story continues to be one of preeminence in the US. Our US revenue grew 55% year over year and now makes up 71% of our overall business. Our US commercial business's extraordinary momentum continued as revenue grew 71% year over year. Our foundational US government business achieved compelling revenue growth of 45% year over year.
Total revenues grew 39% from the same period last year. This is pretty incredible for the size of this company. As Alex Karp said in the letter to shareholders, this is a level of surging and voracious growth that would be spectacular for a company a tenth of our size. At this scale, however, our ascent is, we believe, unparalleled.
Now turning to our outlook. For Q2 2025, we expect revenue of between $934 and $938 million, adjusted income from operations of between $401 and $405 million. For full year 2025, we are raising our revenue guidance to between $3.89 and $3.902 billion. We are raising our U.S. commercial revenue guidance to an excess of $1.178 billion, representing a growth rate of at least 68%. We are raising our adjusted income from operations guidance to between $1.711 and $1.723 billion. We are raising our adjusted free cash flow guidance to between $1.6 and $1.8 billion, and we continue to expect GAAP operating income and net income in each quarter of this year.
Palantir continues to deliver incredible results, but this is because they are solving their clients' problems. These revenues do not just grow on their own. They grow because clients get more out of Palantir's software than what they're paying for.
The numbers are driven by the fact that we are downstream from value creation. There's a consensus in the market that Palantir owns value creation. And what does that actually mean? It means that when you use our software, when you use AIP, you will get demonstrably more value than what you're paying for, and you will share some of that value with us.
Look at what Walgreens had to say about why they are using Palantir.
So this map details the real-time view of 4,000 stores currently supported. We track through our systems the inflow and outflow of pharmacy tasks in 15-minute intervals. This provides visibility that we actually never had before centrally, and meant that we could route work to centralized staff members who could execute pharmacy tasks on behalf of our stores. If we were to rely on humans solely to accept or reject these suggestions every 15 minutes across 4,000 stores that are already rolled out, that would amount to about 384 billion decisions every day.
Look at what Wendy's had to say about Palantir.
That took me 5 minutes. A year ago, That would have taken us 15 people all day, calling distribution centers, manufacturing points, checking with individual restaurants to make sure they were okay or not okay. It would have taken us all day.
But this wasn't always the case. Now, Palantir's success looks easy, but they had to work hard for it.
Culturally, we just don't see the resistance to the way we roll that we did in the past. We would show up in the past, the freak show, trying to get things to work, not with the wrong access to the wrong people at the wrong time. And that was by intent. And people were very uncomfortable at all levels of the enterprise working with us. And it used to be 2 years ago that we might get a CEO, we might get a CIO, we might get someone in marketing, we might get someone who's willing to rebuild the business, but they had no power. Now we have the full stack engaged with us, inside government, outside government, on the most critical issues.
In summary, this is my third video that I'm making about Palantir. Also, this is my first time that I'm making a video about Palantir's quarterly results. Palantir just keeps executing. I believe that if the stock price didn't go up 60% over the last month, these results would have caused the stock price to go up. Also, if Palantir wasn't so popular, the valuation would have been a bit lower, and thus these incredible results like this would have most definitely propelled the stock price higher. With that being said, anyone that is invested in Palantir should have a long-term horizon. I believe that Palantir is still at the beginning of its journey. The company doesn't even have 1,000 clients, and it is already generating billions of dollars in revenues. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and see you next time.